G'day, Steel Nation. How you going? It's Mark here, Mark Davidson from Steel Nation Australia. What's going on, West Country? What's that? Let's go, baby! Yes, yes! Let's go!
What's the deal with the schedule?
So I think the stereotype that we drink Fosters, and the first Foster I saw was in Pittsburgh. It's a true story.
Yeah,
The
I've
first
only
ever
seen-
Foster I saw was in America. I've never
Well, I
seen one
thought that
here.
was like Australia for beers.
For what?
Steelers Nation, what's going on? Welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. And no, Pepper, 27 months. I did actually, yeah, I did. I feel like people are coming back. I feel like some people had some time off. I've been very busy too. So yeah, shout out to Pepper coming back to the show. Who do it? Did you miss me? I did miss you. Because we're getting the band back together. We're drafting very soon in this room, facing this direction, as I'm watching right now. And I was going to turn this into a G'day Steelers show with SEM, but I thought, nah, I got so much on my mind. I can do this content, then I can do the podcast later on. We'll get all my thoughts together. I know. Jed, you've been here a long time. You've been here a very long time. Hang on a minute. You've been here a long time. That's crazy. G'day, Jerry. What's going on? But I'm watching. I tell you what, I fucking love sport. I love sport in general. I love like the NFL. I love watching playoff hockey. I'm watching the Toronto Maple Leafs versus Ottawa Senators. I think is what they're called. The Battle of Ontario. As they score a goal, they go up 3-1. Like, I love this stuff. I may not know hockey. I may not understand like all the rules or how things work and different schematics and schemes and stuff like that. But I love fucking sport. Sport is so much fun. It is so good. And we're getting back to the Steelers draft coming up very soon. And then we're going to get a bunch of new players for us. There's the UFL on today. There's basketball. I think basketball is probably my least favorite though. But when I see playoff hockey on, I'm like, man, I love that shit. It's so much fun. And I looked into a stat too. That, and a lot of you guys know this for hockey and stuff. The Leafs haven't won a playoff series since 2004. So they're my team. I'm backing them. I'm going all the way. But yeah, thanks Pepper for the 27 months. And yeah, I might be doing another show later on today, not live, but a podcast talking about like draft prep and stuff like that for the Steel Curtain Network and just things like that. But today, I did want to talk about Jaylen Warren because in his, I guess, can he be running back number one? You know what I mean? We're going to the draft. I think the Steelers are going to draft a running back at some stage. If that is with the first pick. I was looking up highlights all this morning. I was watching Amarian Hampton from North Carolina. He looks pretty cool, but there's been thoughts that he will be picked up like top 15. I saw some other dudes too, of course, Ashton Genty, but he's not really on the Steelers' radar in terms of like top visits. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. Oh yeah, and happy Easter. Happy Easter to everyone too. Pepper says I survived another holiday at the, yeah, I worked in, what's it so, I feel so like, hang on. Why I look more white than normal today. Oh my, hang on. Why do I look so white? I look more white than normal. That's bad. I'm like pasty as. What's going on here? Is it my light? It's my light, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's my light. Anyway, g'day Roberto. What's going on? Good evening. Happy Easter to everyone. Hope you guys had a good holiday. I've actually had 4 days off. So from my work, it's been really good. I went up to Newcastle the other day, had a few beers, walked around Newcastle. It's about like hour and a half away. I got on the train, I had some good food, walked around and had a good time. Then came back, so just to get out of the house, basically. And then now I'm getting prepped up and ready for the draft next weekend, which is Friday. So my Friday, I'll be sitting in this room drinking beers. We'll be doing day 1 and day 2, but I'm not gonna do day 3 because day 3 I'll be working, and also day 3 is not my time. It's like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. So it's too early. I did it last year with Maddie, and I'll be doing some things with Steelers Dynasty podcast too, Bubba and Shane. But it's too early. It's like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. It's too much. Yeah, we're getting there, man. We're definitely getting there. And I'm starting to feel that way too. Like all the Aaron Rodgers news, and when he signs, whatever. Or if he doesn't sign, whatever. But that's why I wanted to bring up today's topic, and that was Jaylen Warren, Steelers running back number 1. Let's start there first, and let's get a poll, or let's get like some feelers out there. Do you guys and girls in the chat, ladies in the chat, do you think that the Steelers and Jaylen Warren can be RB1? That's my first question, because I want to go into his contract a little bit, and I want to see what the Steelers might do in the draft. We all know they're going running back. They're going running back somehow. Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, I hear you. We all know somehow, some way, the Steelers are going to get a running back, but we just don't know where. Do they go and get that big bruiser of a guy, Cam Scatterbo? I saw highlights of him today too. Do they go and get, does Omarion Hampton fall to him at 21? Do they go and get him? Because he's been noted to go to the Broncos, and I think a few other teams in some other mock drafts. Like, what happens there? So the reason why I chose Warren too is because going back, when the Steelers, they kind of had to make a choice. The Steelers had to kind of choose, do we go, and I guess the money wise, and Bubba could probably, if Bubba was on now, he'd probably say, well, why wouldn't the Steelers go and get Najee Harris and Warren together? But there's probably a reason why the Steelers went the direction of just going Warren. Now, he's an undrafted guy, and I'm going to read some of his profile and his draft stats from a few years ago. So 3 years in the league now, and they offered him a tender. They offered him a $5 million second-year tender. So $5 million this year in 2025. The next year, he's an unrestricted free agent again. So other Steelers looking to make Warren like just part of the offense, or is he going to be the bell cow? We know Mike Tomlin's like guys like that, Le'Veon Bell, Rashard Mendenhall, stuff like that. He ran Le'Veon Bell his shoes off. They were almost burnt rubber. So what do they do? What's their plan? We might not know their plan for quarterback, but what's their plan with running back? Is Warren going to be the number 1? And do they draft someone else? Or if they do draft someone else, which they probably will, when they do draft someone else at running back, do they then, the Steelers, do they draft someone higher, like a better caliber running back than Jaylen Warren, and he takes a step back, being RB2? Or do they go into the draft thinking we'll just get the best player available and see what happens? I'm intrigued to see how this works out in terms of, 100%. Yeah, g'day, Hater, what's going on? Hater says here, I wouldn't rule out Chubb on the roster either. I have heard reports, like actual real reports, not the rumor ones, but there's been some talk around that the Steelers might look to veteran running backs after the draft. So they got the other bloke on the roster too, the guy from the Eagles, who's the third down running back. The guy on the Eagles was, what's his name? Kenneth Gainwell, right? You know what's strange too? They still have Cordero Patterson, but I feel like, I don't know if he's going to be a running back in 2025, but he's still on the roster. He hasn't been cut yet. So is there a certain package or a certain, I don't know, dude, certain set of plays that Cordero Patterson sets into? I think he was going okay until that, I think it was a Falcons game that he got injured. And then after that, he just seemed like he was terrible. So Jaylen Warren right now is RB1. And of course, we have Mason Rudolph at QB1. But what do? And are you guys happier with that? Do they go into the season or the draft thinking, We want to get a guy that's RB1 material and then make, Warren number 2. Kenneth Gainwell is the third down running back, or sorry, I could say third down. Third running back on the depth chart, but he's kind of your scat back kind of style. And he won the Super Bowl. That's kind of crazy too. He won the Super Bowl with Philadelphia Eagles over the Chiefs, and the cornerback too, Darius Slay also. So 2 Eagles come from their roster. I just find this thing kind of interesting because the Steelers have to not make a choice, but they talk about franchise quarterback. What's their franchise running back look like? Is Warren going to have a massive year and then pay him a contract? Or are the Steelers going to go to the running back, market that is a rookies, and there's tons of them? Do they go and grab someone there and next minute they've got a 4 or 5 year contract, right? George says, yeah, you know what? Gainwell too, Jerry. Yeah. You know what's interesting too about this thing with Warren? Not sure about the workload for Warren. We know he can play. We know he can hit people hard, and he's always falling forward, and he's very physical. But yeah, wouldn't you want someone else to pick up the workload too? Now, Hampton was a guy that I dead set this morning. I woke up, had a coffee, and this is why I don't get too attached, because it's very tough. I was watching his highlights, and I was like, dude, I could see that bloke running for the Steelers, but then he might get drafted by the Broncos or someone else. But there have been links where Hampton could go in the first and could make him the workhorse. Yeah, make him the workhorse, and then maybe Warren's the RB2. I don't know. Roberto says, I'm not impressed with Cordero. I'm fine with Mason and Jaylen. And George T says, draft a running back that would be cheaper. That's what I think they're going to do. But it also depends where they're going to do it. And we're going to find out this Friday, or your Thursday. So what am I now? My Monday, your Sunday. This Thursday is the draft, and I'll be live on this channel, and then we'll be live the next day with Bubba and Shane from Steelers Dynasty Podcast. But it does feel like the Steelers are, they could go defensive tackle. They could go, I don't know, would they go receiver first round? Maybe not. They could go quarterback first round. All these things are possibilities. But then do they need to? Oh, I just saw another goal. That's why I love it, dude. Hockey going off. So I got hockey up here too. They're now up by 4-1. I kind of got a bit of a soft spot for the Toronto Maple Leafs, man. The Leafs, because they haven't won a playoff series in since 2004. And I think the last few times I've watched them, they seem to do so well in the regular season, then everything falls apart. Like everything falls apart. Like when they versed the Bruins, I think 2 years in a row, they got shifted out. Hurly dooly. Roberto says here, I don't think that RB should be a first round pick. Yeah, 21 years. That's wild, eh? That's why I love sport, man. Sport is just crazy like that. 21 years for a team to not win a first. We think we're struggling with like the playoff win being 7 years. Toronto Maple Leafs fans, and by the way, I love the colors. I love the whole. I don't know. The team's good. If I were to choose a team, I think I don't know. Yeah, if I were to choose a team, I think for hockey, it'd probably be the Penguins or maybe like Maple Leafs. But they've been 21 years without a first round playoff series win, and the Steelers have not won a playoff game in 7 years. Right, so it's a long time. But Roberta says here, back to the RB conversation. She says here, RB should be a first round pick. But that's why I think too, if they were to go defensive tackle, they were to trade back, or is there faith going to be with Jaylen Warren, right? Jedevil says here, I'll trust Khan and Wilder's pick. Still think it's going to be DL. So if they go defensive line, that means I guess they trust Warren to be RB1. You know what I mean? If they go and get an RB1 in the first round, maybe because I don't mind that. I think if there's they might go with running back by committee. They might do that where, I almost saw another goal. Oh, they got a power play too. Yeah, the fan base. They did. They did it with Najee, right? They did it with Najee. So, and I like Najee, but the fan base does seem to do that. There's such high expectations on that first round pick. It's always, from Edmonds to, I think when Bush was there, then he had got injured and he played bad. But there's always such high, and it's because you're the first round pick, And Najee was really fun. Najee was fun to watch. Oh, it can be that way. Dead set. It really can. And that's why I think it's easier, like from that perspective. Jaylen Warren is an undrafted guy. He's easy to root for. He never takes his helmet off the sidelines. He's a Steeler guy through and through. But will there be pressure once he turns into RB1 and maybe doesn't perform as much, or he's running the ball more? But I think the Yinzers were going to be, yeah, I know, that's true. Nothing pisses off Steelers fans like other Steelers fans. Very true. Anyways, so I do want to bring up a few photos. First, one of my favorite photos from friggin', dude, they almost scored again. Oh, wait, that was full. Where is it? I'll bring up another photo. Yeah, so here is Jaylen Warren knocking down. Like, how can you not root for this guy? That was a play when Calvin Austin came around the side. I think it was a reverse. I think it was also a week too. I think it was a week after when George Pickens was put into the media spotlight because he wasn't running on a block. And then a week after, it was Calvin Austin running to the end zone. And Jaylen Warren absolutely fucking took care of the Bengal. Like, that is like one of my favorite photos at the moment. Is Jaylen Warren just absolutely bulldozing over the Bengal. So it makes you think, can this guy be RB1? Do the Steelers go and make him RB1? And when they do, who's going to back up behind him? Of course, Kenneth Gainwell's going to back up behind him, being third down running back. But then do you have, or maybe it is Warren. Maybe it's Warren 1, Kenneth Gainwell 2, and maybe the other running back is RB3, and there's no pressure, and they all have like this, work by committee result. If that is Cam Scatterbo, if that is like some of the other dudes, and I got a few other I got so many tabs open. I have like 10 tabs open for stuff I wanted to talk about. Where is it? Yeah, if that is, they were saying, because I looked up a few running backs here and there, and I got like rated from like 1 to 10. There's another guy in the draft too was Trevor Etienne, which is like the Travis Etienne Jr.'s brother. So could he be a dude? But the one I was talking about before was, Hampton has potential to be a bell cow at the next level, thanks to his patience to the whole burst. UNC product runs through contact and has uncanny ability to get skinny through the hole, despite his big frame. He's 5'11", 221 pounds, long speed, but want to see improve his quickness. So there's a lot of dudes here, and I only looked into a few of them. That could they be a backup behind Warren? Could be a thing. But I don't know. I think anyone who comes in is going to complement. Here's the other dude too, Trayvon Henderson. He's been also linked to the Steelers as well. And both these guys were part of the visits. So the 5'10", 200 pound physical back has all the traits, next level, great vision, good runner, good hands, pass game, good blocker. Henderson is a big time playmaker. Could he be a bloke too that will get in there first? I don't know how far they would fall, because some of those guys, they may not fall to like round 3. But I went on to as well, I saw, what was it? The Steelers, I did this morning, Steelers picks, no, draft visits. And they had like so many people. They had like over, I think like 9 running backs. Yeah, with their draft visit in 2025, they had 4 receivers, defensive line 8, 4 quarterbacks, and 9 running backs. They had DJ Giddens from Kansas State, not too sure that is. Dylan Sampson, Tootin from Virginia Tech, Gordon from Oklahoma State, Jaden Blue from Texas, Caleb Johnson, Iowa, Myron Hampton, RG Harvin, and Trayvon Henderson. So, for a bloke that doesn't know fucking draft, I know the Steelers somehow, some way are going to draft a running back. They had 9 running backs in the draft, which is insane. I got 17 comments. Holy fucking dooly. That's wild, dude. G'day, Alex. What's going on? And g'day, Chloe in the house too. G'day. What's going on? G'day, Jamie in the house too. What's up? Yeah, it happens, man. This fan base is wild, dude. Like, I'm getting around the fact that I haven't been doing that much Steelers content, but I'm trying to get back in the swing of things. I'm doing a live today, then I'm doing another podcast talking about the exact same thing on Steelkurt Network. But this fan base can be pretty tough. It really can be. The minute you fuck up or make an error or do something stupid or whatever it may be, the fan base goes after you. And they wanted to trade away. They want to get rid of TJ Watt. They want to trade away Cameron Hayward 2 years ago, and they had his best season. So, yeah, he's so much fun to watch. I love Jaylen Warren. So yeah, George T says it's a heavy running back draft. That's what I'm keen for too. I've seen a lot of highlights, and I feel like I'm a bit late to the party because I was watching highlights this morning, and I was like, man, I've only got like 5 days before the Steelers actually draft who we get, and I've had more time off this Easter. Maybe I needed more time and needed a bit of a break, but I've had more time to do research and look at stuff. And I was like, damn, like now I feel like I want to go and watch all the highlights. That is like the running backs. But yeah, there's a lot of them. There's been links to that Cam Scatterbo dude who could be very, very physical for our team. Is he the bloke that ran over? He must have been the guy that he ran over. Warren and Jermaine Pratt's worst enemy. But yeah, the fan base can be definitely terrible. The fan base is not always the most supportive. They want to fire everyone all the time. But Alex says here, do you think that, I don't know, dude. I think they might cut him, but wouldn't the Steelers have cut him by now? Wouldn't there have been a chance they would ship him out? But do you need 4 running backs? If they go with Warren being RB1, Gainwell being RB2, RB3, they go to the draft and get a running back. Do the Steelers need 4? My guess is they'll probably cut him. G'day, Derpy. What's going on? Yeah, WrestleMania here too. 100%. 100%. There's so much sport on today that I was trying to, like, just as an American football fan and sports fan, I'm keeping up with, not the Kardashians. I'm keeping up with the UFL, and the San Antonio Brahmas beat the Defenders 24-18. So I'll watch highlights later. There's basketball and there's also NHL, and there's like, Toronto's going nuts. They're waving the white towel, but that's something that we do with our gold towel, right? There's so much happening. Round 1 to 3. What's that mean in terms of what we're doing? So, I gotcha. Yeah, I would like to have. I think that's what they're gonna do. I think that's the idea. And the thing is, the Steelers too. I keep thinking now, and Omar Khan and of course Mike Tomlin's been quiet. There's rumors going around, but you kind of think what is their thought process in terms of getting back a 2nd round pick? You know what I mean? Like they and someone said on the show last a couple of days ago was Pittsburgh Toddy, I think he said, was, well, they got DK Metcalf for the 2nd. So if you don't overly need to stress that, but if somehow Omar Khan can get back into the 2nd round and they were to go defensive line in the 1st, then they go running back or quarterback with round 2 and round 3, that's building a good little roster. And like we talked about the other day too, that Holcomb's coming back. You got the guy from the Eagles, Darius Slay. You got some of the big bruisers that are going to training camp. The names I can't pronounce on D line. Like, it's starting to become that fun time. And I understand that the Steelers haven't won a playoff game for a while. But this is a fun time. And this could be a team where they don't have that A-Rod bloke coming to be a QB, and they run it back this year with 2025 with like 0 expectations, and they go in, they run Mason and Rudolph, who play action pass to Warren, and they find Freiermuth. Like, this could be a fun season. As I say every season, you know. Y'all don't want to make me drink. In terms of what? But yeah, I think we're all thinking that. And when you go to that thing too, with the draft visits, right? And I'm gonna probably talk about this tomorrow on my show, even though I'm talking about it now. But there are 30 for 30 reported visits for 2025, 4 receivers, defensive line 8, so they're definitely getting someone on the defensive line, if that's 1st round, and quarterbacks 4. So maybe it just depends where people fall. If Sanders falls at 21, they might go quarterback with 21 pick. If maybe Omari and Hampton falls to 21, maybe they go running back in the 1st pick. I don't know. But they got quarterback 3. But it looks like the Steelers' focus was running back, defensive line, and quarterback. That's 8 for 12. Almost 21 players were running back, defensive line, and quarterback. And what were their issues last year, or were their needs right now? Running back, quarterback, and DL. So They brought in Sanders, Show, Dart, and McCord. And I started listening to it yesterday too. I had not too much time. G'day, Drew. What's going on? The roster looks good, but A-Rod and Mason are bums. I don't think Mason's a bum. I think he can still win games. But I think Mason Rudolph will. I think if he's given a chance, they can at least win 10 games. But I know a lot of people don't find they all they see is Mason Rudolph is a QB2 or QB3. G'day, Joe. What's going on? Happy 420. Your bloke put some in the air, mate. What? Your bloke put some in something? What does that even mean? Your bloke put what in the air? What's in the air? Is it like 420 as in like, is it 4:20 p.m. now? Is that what you're saying? I don't know what time it is. Oh, it's 8:30? Oh, unless you're like, are you from LA or Anchorage? I have no idea, dude. Couldn't even tell you. Alrighty. So anyways, let's do a quick break because I was just talking about Jaylen Warren for a bit. And now the Ottawa Senators have the power play 4-1. And I'm watching both games. Watching this and watching that. But we're going on a quick break and I'll come back. Just need a bit of water. Drew says, Mason, the turnover machine, fumbles because no pocket awareness. Hope he proves me wrong, but I still like, yeah, I'm the same. Like, I'm not the first comment, but I would rather watch him play than A-Rod. This season, if I have to see A-Rod wear a number 8 jersey and that's the guy for 2025, deep down inside me, it's going to kill me. It's going to kill me, right? But if I can watch the hometown hero, Mason Rudolph, lead his team with Warren RB1, I'm excited for that. I'm good with that. Yeah, that's right. And Mason will get that back. All right. Yeah, that was tough to watch too. George Pickens. And then did he fumble or he threw then I think Mason Rudolph threw a pick as well. All right, let's do a quick little break and I'll come back. Alrighty, enough of Ray Gun. I was going to show more pictures too, but I forgot. Okay, let me bring it up. So I showed you that one with the. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I wanted to go back to what people were saying about Jaylen Warren in the draft because we're in draft talk right now. So we saw this picture when he absolutely fucking nailed the Bengal. And by the way, still 59 years with the Bengals winning the fucking Super Bowl. The Bengals absolutely suck. I believe that too was on Christmas. Was that on like? What was that? Was that on my birth? No. Was that last year? 2 years ago? I feel like that was 2 years ago. I don't know. But he nailed him. Absolutely nailed him. So I wanted to go back to what the draft, what the people from the draft said about Jaylen Warren. And here's the overall. If you can, I'll read this out. But overall, it says he wrecking ball and wheels, which he is, who plays the type of pace and power that makes tape study a lot of fun, which I agree. He's a great runner to watch. Warren is self-assured competitor who could handle the workload and spotlight of the Big 12. He's decisive with ability to cut at full speed. However, he lacks burst, agility to expand runs far outside. He's a momentum runner who is much tougher to tackle, which he really is, by the way. He's super tough to tackle. Every step he takes, but he needs to be blocked up as he lacks the ability to create for himself early and run. He's talented in the screen game and has a chance to compete for the backup role. Now, that's what he did. When Najee was there, Najee was drafted, I think the first round, like a couple of years back. And then Warren came in and he was the backup guy. He was the power and the thunder. He was the Najee was thunder and Warren was a lightning. So they're right with that. But I want to go to the strengths, right? So his strengths were compact, burly, ready to collide. Like he loves to hit. If you go watch any highlights and him wearing the helmet, he's always going north and south and he wants to hit. And that's what the Steelers want to do as well. Highly self-confident and competitive, which is fantastic. Almost no dancing when he gets the ball. He's just like bang, bang on my feet and then goes straight. Guides blockers into linebackers on second level. Gets harder to handle once. I agree with that. Once he's up in the second level, makes cuts without losing speed. Big chunk of his yardage comes after contact, bounces off bodies, crashes through arm tackles, talented catching, and creating in the screen game. And this makes you think he went undrafted. Not one team took him. Undrafted, and the Steelers got him up. So now, but here's some weaknesses though. So some weaknesses here. One, speed running style, lacks unpredictability, tight hips with restricted strides, linear attack, forcing the cut prematurely, and lacks lateral burst for side-to-side door escapes, below average speed to widen the field, and unreliable option in the third down pass protection. I fucking disagree with that. I think he's one of the best blockers we've had for a while in third downs. So you bring in Warren to block someone, to hit someone. So I disagree with that last point. Unreliable option, third down in pass protection, which is crazy to me. So that's like all the draft stuff. And of course, once the writers write this, and the next minute they get drafted to a team or they're undrafted, then the player just puts them in their place. I'll go back to some comments. What up, TD? How's it going? Yeah, he's such a good running back, dude. That's what I'm saying. I think he deserves a bit of a spotlight. Did I miss anyone else? 4 more days. Yeah, you're going to Green Bay. That's right. You say you're from Green Bay. Do you have, Joey, do you have like tickets? Do you have like, is there a certain seat? Is it standing room only? How does it work? Let me know. How does it work? No, I know what it means. I know what 420 means. I just thought that you were talking about the time. Yeah, I don't know. I thought that you were talking about the time. So, but yeah, how does it? Thank you, Joey, mate. Yeah, I'm gonna go there, bro. I'm there in a heartbeat, dude. I'm just trying to figure out flights. I'm saving money up, and I need to figure out hotels. So I'm checking every day for hotels because it's going to be hard to get a hotel. But I got some sources. I got some ideas. I can get a hotel for a week or so. I'm planning also to go to probably Pittsburgh and then go to Canada after, and maybe make a 3-week holiday of it. Like try and save money up and go away for 3 weeks. But I also want to go to Ireland as well. I want to go there as well. Dude, I'll be there 100%. And it'll be warmer too, so I won't have to like fucking worry about the weather. I wasn't really prepared too much for Christmas. I didn't know what to expect of how cold it was going to be in that sense. And of course, too, it didn't really help when they lost my luggage. So thanks, mate, for the $1.99. I reckon you'll have a great time out there. Chill. It's good fun. Like this is football. We love this kind of stuff. It's good fun. So thank you, mate, for the $1.99. Yeah, it could be a possibility. Maybe he didn't do too much. And that's something that these draft notes were from 3 years ago. So it's always good to look back though. But yeah, so what's before we move on to other topics and whatnot, what's the consensus? Are you happy with the Steelers getting or making Warren RB1? I feel like whatever they do, I think he might be the focus. And then if the Steelers were to draft the Scatterbo or someone like that behind Warren, then you're building up a good RB room, you know. But like Pepper said too, that there's a lot of pressure on these running backs if they don't compete straight away. If they're not getting 1,050 yards or 100 yards. Thank you TD as well for a member for 3 months. It was crazy yesterday that Pepper did it for 27. I've had this YouTube membership thing for 2.5 years, which is crazy. And I've just been so busy. I haven't done any extra content. I'm fine. Roberto's I'm fine for RB1. Drew says, no, I think we can get a draft. Someone Warren can start the season. Hopefully get a new guy can break out mid-season. Yeah, so kind of like be behind, like back up behind Warren. I'm fine with it too. I think the Steelers have a plan. And it just depends. Do they use Cordero Patterson? Does he stay? Is he going to be a third down guy? But what it tells me with these draft, like they brought in 9 running backs. 9 running backs. So they're drafting someone. Maybe it just depends if they like the defensive tackle better than a running back at that stage. Then they go D-tackle at round 1. Or if they trade back in the round 2, do they pick up the quarterback there or do they pick up a running back there? It just depends where they want the running back to fit. And I guarantee you, though, and this is not a big call, but like a slightly big call, but the Steelers will draft a running back in the first 3 rounds. They have to. If it's round 1, trade back into round 2, or round 3, they're going to draft a running back somewhere in those 3 rounds. They have to. They have to. Which is fantastic. Hang on a minute. Yeah, I know, Pepper. I got you. You on the wheel? Do we have to do the wheel? The wheel gives you like the wheel gives you like flashbacks. Like, hang on. The wheel gives me like bad flashbacks to when I did the wheel for 26 days in a row. And I thought it was good content, but it wasn't. It was just shit ass. The wheel gives me like anxiety, massive anxiety. I'm like, you want the wheel too? I haven't got it ready. All right. TD says, what is the RB that fits best with the pitch play in the draft? Yeah, I don't know if the Steelers want to get rid of that one. If they're going to play that like that outside pitch. It was always very tough to watch Najee do that and then get carved up. But it will be exciting to see who they pick at the running back position. Everyone's really, concerned about quarterback this, quarterback that, and I guess like D-line too. But if they figure the quarterback out, maybe in the draft as well, I don't know. We're in uncharted territory right now. All right, should we do the wheel? You want the wheel? And of all things, you guys want the wheel. Hooly dooly. Let me bring it up. The wheel. You guys want the fucking wheel. The wheel is back. It is interesting to see what happens. Random name generator. So what do I put on it? Maybe I should put like all the draftee names. Let's do that. I'm going to put down the 9 running backs, and we're going to leave it to fate. And that fate will be, which running back will the Pittsburgh Steelers draft? Oh, that was hard too. I'm not doing... You know what? I've gone from doing like all that kind of content to doing nothing. Like being so exhausted. That was the idea last year. Was it last year? Yeah, I was like, this is a great idea. I'm gonna put out a fucking post of the jersey number every day. Every single day. Oh my goodness. Now I'm just doing half-assed content. Because that was fucking insane. Sometimes I feel like I need like maybe a committee meeting of like, should I do this idea? And everyone go, no, you shouldn't. Because it's too much. All right, let's do. Oh, I can do it. All right. I'm going to do every single running back. The Pittsburgh Steelers select. Hold up. Wait a minute. This one. All right. And I might make this a video too after. All right. So, Steeler Nation, what we're going to do, we're going to spin the wheel. We're going to spin the wheel with the 9 running backs that the Pittsburgh Steelers had invited to their, one of their visits, right? Out of the 30 visits, there was 9 running backs that came to their house, their office, and they filled the forms and had lunch and they, did all the workouts, all that kind of stuff. They had 9 visits, so that they were running backs. So that tells me, and pretty much tells every Steeler Nation fan or Steelers fan, that the Steelers are definitely at some stage going a running back in the 2025 draft. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to spin the wheel and we're going to let the wheel decide is who will the Pittsburgh Steelers draft at, which running back will they draft? And then whoever that is, I'm going to find out who they are. TD says, what are we talking about? We're talking about what Steeler will the Steelers draft at the running back position. And the fan base here was like, you know what we should do? We should bring the wheel back because the wheel is a good idea. And Chloe says, spin the wheel. All right, so I've got everything set up. And on the side, let's put me down the bottom, down here, right? So I can cover that video. And I've got DJ Giddens, Kansas State, Dylan Sampson, Tootin from Virginia Tech, cannot pronounce that guy's first name, Ollie Gordon, Oklahoma State, Jaden Blue, Texas, Caleb Johnson, Iowa, Amarian Hampton, which is the guy that I liked so far, watching his highlights from UNC, RG Harvey, and Trayvon Henderson from Ohio State. So I have heard some things that Amarian Hampton and Trayvon Henderson could be like first round picks. Something interesting though, they didn't bring in that Cam Scatterbo bloke, and he's been linked to the Steelers too. So let's spin it and let's see who the Steelers will pick or who will draft. This is all speculation, mate. But Drew says here, I think we also look at Caden Allen. He was on the worst, wasn't on the list, but he played at Penn State. Yeah, definitely. There could be other guys who aren't on the list. So let's spin it. Does it have the sound too or not? Oh, it does too. Pittsburgh Steelers select running back. He's a bloke at Ohio State. Now, Trayvon Henderson, right, by Nick Farabaugh. Love the sound, by the way. G'day, Silver Steel. What's going on? They will draft a punter for sure. Well, that could be a possibility. But they got Cameron Johnson coming back, and they got the other dude too, who was a punter. Who's the other bloke there? I forget his name. Corliss Waitman. So they're going to have like a punting competition. But Trayvon Henderson, Ohio State running back. Let's look him up. But I have seen some reports and mock drafts where he goes like in round 1. So I think the Steelers would have to probably wait till we got to Trayvon. Wait a minute. Henderson, Ohio State running back. So he's been mocked and linked to go in round 1. What's his profile? So Steelers will have to wait till he falls. And here it is. Trayvon Henderson draft from Ohio State. And the profile's coming up. He's 5'10", 202 pounds. And I like reading the player, the overview. It says here, Henderson is capable of starring on third downs or biting off a bigger chunk on a third down option. He has average size, but above average juice with good acceleration. He's an average decision maker, inside and not overly creative once confronted by defense. It's not sounding so good so far, but he has pacing and subtle shiftiness to excel from an outside runner. He might be the best pass protecting running back in this draft, and is more capable as a pass catcher. Henderson isn't Jahmyr Gibbs, but he can operate a similar role for teams looking to add more dynamic player to their running back room. That was by Lance Zerloin from the NFL Analyst. Says here his strengths are reads both levels on stretch plays and pressures runs tight to block his hip, slides from gap to gap with twitchy lateral movements, maybe like Le'Veon Bell, accelerates into build-up speed that makes him tough to catch, rhythmic in and out cuts, hasn't fumbled in 3 years, that's a plus, and Mike Tomlin likes that too. Shakes off angle tackles, drops pads to deliver a big contact at finish, sorts centers and strikes like an offensive lineman in protection, love that. Displayed route running potential against Purdue in 2024. Soft hands making a safety valve for the backfield for quarterbacks. So he definitely could be a possibility. The Steelers might go that direction where he could be that safety guy. Check down if the Steelers do go with Mason Rudolph at the quarterback, and he's nothing. Maybe if Pickens and DK Metcalf aren't deep, or they stretch the field so far down the road, down the field, then check down to Henderson. So Drew says here, I would like Henderson. He's rounded, can make big plays and size. Injury is a concern, I think. And I think that comes to the point, though. TD says, I will take Henderson all day. He's a stud. So does that mean the Steelers would take him in the first round? I think he was mocked. In some places. Where will Henderson play? Mock draft. Yeah, I think it was mocked in the first round. So the Broncos, the Bears, and Dallas Cowboys and Raiders have all had him mocked to him, like in the first 15 picks. So Steelers would have to then obviously trade up or wait till 21, if that makes any sense. It says here they've had him. Well, that's a different bloke. There's so much draft content, it's insane. Where was it? They had that's the defensive end. That's Will Howard, quarterback. This article is just not making sense. But it says all but 4 he was drafted in like top 15 or whatever it was. So There you go. The Steelers got to add someone. They need to add someone at the running back position. If Jaylen Warren, if he's going into camp as RB1, they're going to add someone like that. So I did see some highlights today watching him play, and I think he would definitely be a guy. G'day, Roberta. Roberta says, Mark, I think you have a great following of Steelers fans who honestly love the franchise and are respectful. That's 100%. Yes. Whatever your opinion is, if you like this or like that, we need to just move past that and just cheer the team on. That's all we're going to do. G'day, Blue Nose. What's going on, mate? Yeah, true that. You could also drop. You never know. Man, I don't know anything. Jamie says I would be happier than all if Get Up if we got so you guys like that? That's a good pick. Okay, because I was watching highlights today, and I did fall in love a bit with Amarian Hampton. What's his name? Amarian Hampton. Is that the guy? The guy from UNC. So he was also projected to go first round too. But the Steelers somehow, some way, they're going to get a running back. And that's why it's fun. It's going to be a big friggin' weekend, dude. It's going to be a big weekend. That's the other bloke there. Drew says, I want Derek Harmon. He's the defensive line. Blue Nose says, I want Blue at running back. He's the Texas guy. So TD says, if we trade second and, what's his? Trade a second 2026 and second 2027 picks and we get back second round this year, we could get him. J-Devil wants to do a set. Is this a first year? Like, maybe first year in a long time. We don't have any idea. Like, I've legitimately got no clue what the Steelers are going to do. Are the Steelers going to go round one quarterback at 21? Are they going to go defensive tackle? Are they going to go running back? Are they going to go a surprise pick at receiver? Are they going to go safety? I fucking have no idea. This might be one of the years that I absolutely have no idea. There was inklings a few years ago with Kenny Pickett and Malik Willis. That was like in the cards. There was the Najee Harris year where I think everyone thought Najee Harris was going to be the pick at 22. That happened. I feel like, and even last year, I don't know if everyone had their eyes on Fahatanu, then he got hurt. This year definitely feels like something is just not that we're misguided, but it feels, I just don't know. I fucking have no idea. But they go into draft, someone, at least a running back in the first 3 rounds. And still not having the quarterback. You can't push off the cards the fact that the Steelers need to improve at quarterback. Like, I like Mason Rudolph, but they need to improve there, get better, right? Yeah, it's insane. Alrighty. That's, guys, all I really have today is that. I just wanted to cover Jaylen Warren. I just want to say how fucking good Jaylen Warren is, really. I want to talk about Jaylen Warren and his potential to be RB1 and what the link would be for the Steelers to then, if he's RB1, what's the flow and effect with them getting a running back. Gainwell is RB2, RB3. Jaylen Warren could be RB1. They go into the draft and get someone like Amarian Hampton or Henderson, and the next minute, the Steelers have a pretty good offense, depending who's throwing them the football, and they get those blockers back. Jones moves to the left, and he has a good camp, hopefully. Second year of Frazier will be really fun to watch too. Him mucking heads, fucking people up. And then, of course, the other bloke there on the right-hand side is Fahatanu, who gets his first crack at the league too. So that's all I really got. If anyone has any questions in the chat, and later on today, I'll be doing another video for tomorrow's SEN, because sometimes I can't swear in that, so I really wanted to fucking swear in this one. I wanted to say how fucking good Jaylen Warren is, and how much I appreciate you guys in the chat, that it's Easter. Happy Easter to everyone. Because in my next video podcast, I'll be talking something similar, but I won't be able to swear because it's going to SEN. So I'm excited. I'm just really keen to have, I work tomorrow, then I work 3 days in a row, and I have Friday, Saturday off, which is your Thursday, Friday, for day 1 and day 2. I'm excited to see what the Steelers do, because we don't have the rumors finally end and all the mock drafts end, and I did like 2 mock drafts and they finally end. So I'm excited. But any questions in the chat, let me know. And I thank you everyone for putting your memberships in and for the $2 and whatnot. And the fact we've been have a membership thing here for 27 months is crazy. Thank you, Roberta. Yeah, I'm feeling, even today, I was pretty pumped. I was having my coffee this morning and I was like, I got to start getting more pumped up again, dude. I got to start believing this team like I have been for years and years and years. And sometimes the overall shittery of the rumors and the clickbaits and that kind of stuff it's just annoying, right? The overall clickbait stuff, and people aren't. There's very many commenters, YouTube guys that aren't even supporting the team. The chat sports people and the other websites that like are run by Chicago Bears fans, and it's like you just fucking don't even support the team. You don't even have any idea about the history. I've got Pittsburgh stuff all around me. That's what I'm doing too, Blue Nose. Well, not with my daughter, but I'm watching the Leafs too. G'day, Chris, what's going on? So TD says, who's our third? And I can't wait, dude. I can't wait for the draft. The draft is so much fun. I get to have beers. I get to sit here. I get to chill out. I get to have a good time. G'day, Mark. What's going on? And he says, sorry, Warren is on an every down NFL back. They are going to regret not giving Harris a new contract. That's interesting. They could do. I don't know about regretting. Because I think they're going to find a running back in the draft. But that's what we're kind of talking about. Is Warren the guy? Can he be the workload, the workhorse to, move this franchise to the next step? Like, can he go and get that 1,000 yards or 1,500 yards? Is he capable of doing that? You know what I mean? But I think if Warren isn't capable of leading the team, like he's a fantastic runner and a great person, and he's so much fun to watch. But maybe Warren can't take all that load on his shoulders, and they go and draft another running back. They're going to draft a running back somehow, some way. Need a third down running back. Yeah, I think Gainwell in the draft. Okay, but yeah, Gainwell's he's third down for sure. TD says, who's our quarterback number 3? Fuck, who's our quarterback number 1? At the same time, who is our quarterback number 1? It looks like at the moment the Steelers are going with Mason Rudolph to be QB1, but I'm sure they have something up their sleeve, and we just don't know it yet. This is one of the ones where we put our head in the sand because we don't know. We just don't know what's going to happen for this team. I know they're going defensive tackle. I know they're going running back. I know they're probably going to draft a corner somewhere. I wouldn't be surprised if they draft an outside linebacker. I wouldn't be surprised if they draft a safety. I wouldn't be surprised if they draft a quarterback and receiver. You know what I mean? Blue Nose says she doesn't know it yet, but once she gets her final grades from first year university, we got Mana, a 9.5 grade rookie card for her and her favorite player. Is that Mitch Mana, right? Yeah, he's the other guy linked to him too as well. He's a safety. Steelers better draft Nick and Mawari. Safety, he's a guy with huge impact as a rookie as a rookie. Yeah, that could be a thing too at 21. I think it was, who's the other bloke? There's so many dudes. McShay had a safety for the Steelers drafting in round 121, maybe to help Elliott and maybe to learn under Minka. I saw the reports they could be trading Minka as a rumor. Yeah, exactly right. I'm keen, dude. I'm so keen to find out who they're gonna have. I know the Steelers right now, they're not saying, no one thinks we can win anything. Like, we're not the team. There's no coverage. We're not the Buffalo Bills. We're not the Patrick Mahomes Chiefs. We're not even the Bengals to a sense of like the offensive production like that. Even though I fucking hate the Bengals. We're not the Ravens with Lamar Jackson or Joe Burrow. Luckily, we're not the Browns, but no one thinks we can't win anything. So that's probably the best place to go in the season. 2025, build up for the draft, get a quarterback maybe this year or next year, and let them sit, no pressure, and just go and get 8, 9, 10 wins and see what happens. Just get another chance for the playoffs. Pepper says, thank you for hanging out in the university today. Much appreciated. Yeah, we had as well. Yuli was crazy last week, dude. There was like, Yuli gave out like 150 memberships. So I thank you, Yuli, for giving out memberships, dude. That was insane. Actually insane. So I did thank you personally on the Discord. But it was a lot of fun. But Jed says, good time as always, mate. Happy Easter. Yeah, happy Easter, everyone. If you celebrate that, make sure you're around family, having good food. I know we don't know, but who would be our QB pizza? Oh, okay. Good question. Hang on a minute. Wait a minute. Think about that they have no safety after this year. He was washed. Mark, that's a conversation for a different day. I don't think he's washed or he's overpaid, but we'll see. Yeah, he was here last week. He gave away 150 members. All right, but Mark, that's a conversation for another day because I don't think he's washed. But maybe we can talk about that in the off season. Good question. TD says, I don't know who we know but who would be our QB3 pizza? So right now, my QB1 pizza would be pepperoni. Pepperoni is like up there. My QB2 pizza, I think, would be maybe barbecue chicken. But not everyone likes that. But maybe barbecue chicken, because I like to have barbecue chicken with barbecue base, red onion or Spanish onion, maybe mushroom and a bit of bacon, and that's my QB2. QB3 though, to be honest, if he's your emergency backup quarterback pizza, and people won't agree with this, but maybe you either, I'll change it. Maybe QB3 is a cheese. Just plain old cheese pizza. Nice and easy eating cheese pizza, QB3. That's what's up. Alrighty. Yeah, Yuli was awesome, dude. I do like that. I like pepperoni. I like the hot the Kransky or whatever. Or the chorizo. Yeah. Taco pizza. All right, guys, you guys are awesome. So much fun. But yeah, we'll talk about that stuff. We'll talk about Minka's got to Minka was voted all pro. And I think as fans, we want him to do more. And we want to see more of the team anyway. We want the team to be more successful. Right? George says taco pizza. You mean is that like the meat on top too? You know what I'm saying? All right, I'm going to go watch the rest of the game. I'm going to go watch Toronto Maple Leafs maybe win this game 4-1. And I will see you guys probably the next time I go live will be draft day. So I'll do a recording tomorrow, which will be Tuesday. And I'm working Wednesday. Yeah, the next time we'll go live will be draft day. Draft day. He's getting paid $24 million next year. There you go. Happy Easter. Yep. Everyone, hope you guys enjoy. Happy Easter to everyone, and hope you have some time off work. And the next time we go live will be fucking draft day. This is where we get pumped up. Yeah, I'm going Leafs too, dude. I want to see the Leafs at least, 4-1. I want to see them win 10-1. I want to see them win this series that they haven't won a series since 2001 or 2004 or something like that. So thanks everyone in the chat. Thank you everyone for being members of HDU. Thank you to Yuli again for giving out 100 and something 50 subs or whatever it was. That's crazy. Yeah, I know. I've been very lucky. I had Easter off. So I had Easter off and I'm going back to work for 3 days and then so I was just watching the Leafs. All right, I'm getting distracted. I'll see you guys later. I'll see you guys in 4 days. Wait, I'm having beers. Wait. Friday, Monday. 4 days. 4 days. 4 days until the NFL draft. I think. Is it 4 days? I'm pretty sure it's 4 days. All right. I'll see you guys later on. Thank you so much for being a part of Steel Nation Oz. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. See you later.
I'll see you guys later.
Oh, what up? Sorry, I'm coming back. Zaya. What up, Zaya, mate? Sorry, I want to say one big shout out to Zaya. If you don't know Zaya and the Steelers, check out Zaya and the Steelers on his YouTube channel. He's doing some videos and draft stuff too. So one big shout out to Zaya and the Steelers, man. I might have to try and catch up with you over the draft weekend. Maybe we can do a podcast, something together. So yeah, it's all good, brother. Yeah, maybe we can catch up on the draft day of round 1 or round 2 or something like that. I might try and invite you to the channel or whatever you do. So yeah, big shout out to Zay and the Steelers. Make sure you check him out on YouTube as well. Independent YouTuber, does all his own stuff. He cracked like 1,000 subs, I think a few months ago. And yeah, he's just churning out content, man. He's just doing content as well. Yeah, dude, I'll try and figure it out in terms of like the links and stuff. But we're going live your Thursday and your day 1, day 2. Going not 24 hours. Day 1 and day 2. So I'll try and maybe day 1 I might link in, just jump in, see what happens. All right, thank you, Zaya. He's a good bloke out there on the YouTube land. And yeah, thanks, Pepper. 24 hours. Oh, I probably could have done it over the weekend, really. All right, thanks, guys. I'll see you later.
I'll see you guys later.
Left the light on. See you later. Bye.